I got a little frost in my got a little frost got a little frost on my window, so it's not as clear as I would want it to be. However, I praise God for definitely a new morning, right? Um, Man, you know what? I was actually announcing myself when I got on the call, and my wife walked in and was like, "Oh man, you ain't got the power to move them with that energy." And man, this morning we're gonna have a real transparent morning. Um, so let me start out by saying, last week I asked everyone because God asked me, what game am I really playing? And that's what I talked about last week. And the real deal is, and let me start out by saying we got real deep down about breaking out of the feeling of being stuck and resetting the focus. Now, I never said it would be easy, right? But here's the truth. It's not enough to feel motivated, right? Let me just say that. My message starts with me. It's just not enough to feel motivated. And what do I mean by that? See, motivation is what gets us moving, but momentum, y'all, is what keeps us going. So I probably sometimes, I don't know. My wife pretty much acknowledged, you don't sound very motivated. Now, I don't necessarily depend on motivation. I really try my best to stay in momentum. So this is the real deal. This morning is not. It is not what I'm gonna say. It's not what I wanted to be. But I have the ability to kick something off. See, motivation is a spark, but momentum is a flame. So a lot of times I try my best, and I pray that you are able to receive this. I try my best to stay on fire, and motivation doesn't necessarily do that. I try to stay on fire by build and cause this flame to happen by building momentum. So the title of this particular, what I'm about to talk about today, is momentum over motivation, and running all the way, right? Running through to the finish line. So the difference between finishing up the month strong or whatever the goal is, the life goal, and finishing it strong and falling short is whether we build momentum that doesn't just depend on how we feel. Because you might not always feel your best. But momentum is the motion. Momentum is what will take you there. So what are you saying, Minister Monique? This is what I'm saying. I'm keeping it real with you. Number one, and I pray that you all have a pen and paper, right? As a man, uh, I've grown up in that space, especially with a dominant male from Arkansas, who was my father. Like, man, get out of your feelings. Get out. Now, some people may be like, well, man needs to embrace this. Okay, I got you. I feel you on that. But let me give you this number one thing so we don't, and I'm speaking from a male perspective, but I believe that this message start with me. There may be somebody out there that just ain't feeling too good, right? So I want to address that by saying, number one, motivation is emotion, right? But momentum is motion. Let me say that one more time. Motivation is emotion. It is an emotion, right? But momentum is clearly motion. So motivation is emotional. It comes and it goes. Momentum is motion, and it builds even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes, and I'm gonna say, especially we're approaching a different season. I'm not a big fan of the winter season, right? And sometimes I just don't feel like it. So let's be real with each other, right? Let's be real. You can write on your piece of paper right now. Sometimes I just don't feel like it, right? See, but when motivation starts to fade, motion sustains. Let me say that one more time. When motivation starts to fade, motion sustains, right? That's what kicks in. So don't chase the feeling of motivation, right? Chase the fruit of consistency. That means, yes, the funnel system, I have to keep filling that funnel even when I don't feel like it. When it comes to, man, whatever it takes, the system, whenever it takes for me to reach out, pick up that heavy phone, post a graphic, whatever you see me doing, doesn't mean I always feel like it. But I'm chasing the fruit of consistency, right? So James chapter 1, verse 25 says this, but whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. Let me read that one more time. James 1st chapter 25th verse. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. So this is an action step. Commit to consistency, daily actions in your funnel, no matter what the mood is that you're feeling at that time. Let me say that one more time. Commit to consistency and consistent daily action in your funnel, no matter the mood. Now, I know I'm talking to the kind of leaders out there, or I'm talking to somebody who wants to help their family, or I'm talking to somebody who's constantly hearing no, or I'm talking to somebody that maybe you're looking at a loved one and you care about them, and I'm saying, put them in the funnel and continue to be consistent, because no matter what you're feeling right now about the situation or about the person or about the thing or whatever it is, whatever that now is, as scripture says, you will win. You will be blessed in what you do, not how you feel. So number 2, let me point this out. Let me get this little lint out my eye. Let me say it. Stay faithful to the system, not the feeling. Oh, Minister Mooney. Yes, stay faithful to the system and not the feeling. Feelings lie a lot. Systems lead. Let me say that one more time. Feelings lie a lot. They lie to you, right? What you're feeling, it could be lying to you, but systems lead. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just stay in the process. I know, Minister Mooney, that was a 6-step funnel you put everybody in. Yeah, but it's process, right? Every funnel level, from awareness to education to engagement, decision, enrollment, and duplication, it works if you work it. It works if you work it. Now, I can tell you, my wife actually uses that funnel as well for her business, Skinny Mini. It works if you work it. And I tell you, you can take that funnel and apply it to life, not just what we're doing here in the corner, but you can apply it to life, and it works. Right? Galatians 6, chapter 9, verse says, let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap, if we do not give up. Action step for everyone, and even for myself, this is what I'll be doing this week, is build my week around the system, not my schedule, nor my comfort zone. Y'all, it's so easy especially with comfort food. Yeah, I'm talking to you, and you're thinking about what you're cooking tonight. Message starts with me. Let's go. Have me completely laid out and comfortable. But I need to not focus on that, right? And build my it's a goal, right? I want to feel good, but I better put my mind on this system, right? If I want an outcome of what I'm thinking about. I don't know what want in November. I don't know what you want to happen during Black Friday. I don't know what you want to happen during the holiday. I don't know who it is that you want around you. I don't know what's happening in your life, but you do. So, number 3, if we build habits that outlast all seasons, I think that's a good step. Let me say that one more time. Let's build good habits that outlast the season and every season. See, momentum is built by habit, not hype. Let me say that one more time. So I say it to myself. Momentum is built by habit, not hype. If you're waiting to see something, you're waiting for the rocket ships and the fireworks to go off, it may not happen like that, right? But the habitual action of a whole group, or even yourself, and you're the fire starter, man, that could kick off something real special. So the thing is what you discipline yourself to do daily creates the results you experience monthly. We're at the beginning of the month. Today is day 9. And whatever you do today for the next couple of days, your monthly experience can be boom. See, October is your setup month. Right now, we're in October. November is your big payoff. Did you hear what I just said? October is currently now your setup month, and November is your big payoff. So I myself are gonna lock in to 3 non-negotiables every day, regardless of what I have. I'm gonna lock in to 3 non-negotiables, and I throw it out there, right? Mine will be 5 exposures, 2 follow-ups, and 1 connection. How about that? 5 exposures, 2 follow-ups, and 1 connection. Now, yours may be 1 exposure, 1 follow-up, and 1 connection. Make it a goal. Make it an action step. Number 4. This is a good one. And this one is the one that I constantly have to remind myself because it will throw me off on a tangent. I don't care where it is. If it will throw you off. So I have to protect my energy. I could hear something or something around me has a bad energy and it'll throw me off if I'm not careful, if I allow it in my input. So the thing is protect your energy by guarding your input. Even if you have to put headphones on in that Uber, protect your energy. I don't care where you go, if it's to work. I don't care if it's in your own household. Protect your energy. See, momentum dies when your mind is cluttered, and what you hear can clutter your mind. So watch what you're feeding on, right? And your ears, they determine your endurance. Let me say that one more time. Your ears determine your endurance. Replace negative noise with positive driven input, scriptures, training, collaboration. Be in the right, if you don't feel too good, get in the right environment and get out of that wrong environment. Put yourself very quickly into that place of balance, homeostasis, peace, all those good things. See, the action step here is to do an audit, right? Audit your top 3 sources of input this week. Ask, Do they feed my momentum or drain it? Now, this is not going to be easy, right? But it has to be done. If you have to remove yourself from that thing that's draining you, please do it. And message starts with me. Yes, Minister Mooney has to watch his inputs. I let me close this out with the final number 5. Right, you all. This has nothing. As I opened up, and I'm being so transparent. As I said, opening up, I might not feel too good today, but it's not about my feelings. It's not about my feelings at all. So this is, while I may not be feeling my best, number 5 is I'm going to run through that finish line. I know what the goal is, right? So here we go. Let me restate it in a way that makes sense. I'm going to run through that finish line, not running up to it. Let me say that one more time so you get it. I'm going to run and burst through that finish line, not up to it. And I want you to say that to yourself. I'm going to run through the finish line and not just run and crawl up to it. See, many people slow down right now before the reward. No. The end of November or whatever that goal is the goal. The champion mindset is I accelerate when others coast. I do keep in my mind who's running with me and who's running beside me. And I even, if anything, I know what I might not feel like it, but I am paying attention. And I'm paying attention to myself. I accelerate when others coast. When I see people sleeping, I'm trying to plant another momentum energy in you that says it doesn't matter what's happening around you, right? When you see things happening in the government, go harder. When you see somebody say something you don't like, put yourself in a different position. See, I accelerate. I want you to accelerate when others are sleeping and coasting. Don't count the days. Make the days count. See, let me speak on this Friday. We got a Black Friday sale happening, a pre-Black Friday sale happening right now that you can actually burst into momentum just by taking action. Right? So I want to say not just this pre-Black Friday, right? It's an introduction to the Black Friday season and saying right now that it's not just an event. It's a momentum multiplier. What are you going to do with it? So this is the action step. You're building all the way up to that. Double your output this last weeks, these couple last weeks, double your output of October. So November starts with an overflow. You want to go into November with an overflow. So this is my charge to the leaders, and then I'm closing it out. Leaders, I'm speaking to you. Motivation might light the spark, but momentum keeps the fire burning. Let me say that one more time to the leaders. Motivation might light the spark, but it's momentum that keeps the fire burning. Move, get up, move, get up, move, get up. When you feel tired, move anyway. When it's quiet, move anyway. Because every motion compounds. Every consistent action creates harvest. From now into November, let's decide we're not chasing a sale, we're chasing significance. We're not just finishing a month, we're finishing strong. Let's move from motivation to momentum-driven action. Let's move from motivation to momentum-driven action. Let's move from the feelings of motivation to momentum-driven action. Let's not slow down for the finish line. Let's run through into our next season of overflow. Let's get it. Econo Nation, our CEO will say, I will see you at the top, the very top, the tip top, and busting through the top. See you there. God bless you. Back to you, Kathy.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Willie. So today is Thursday. And so that means that Dr. Betty will be coming to you tonight on 360 Certified. I tell you, it was fantastic on Tuesday, and it is going to be a powerhouse today. Um, and Dr. Betty, if you want to unmute, you can say more about tonight. Star.
Stay clean, everybody.
Stay clean, sister.
So guess what we are talking about tonight?
Tell us.
Parasites. Y'all
Ooh,
don't miss it.
ew.
We do not
Yuck
miss it.
and yay.
Yuck and yay, exactly. So I look forward to seeing everybody. Bring your paper, bring your pens and pencils, and an open mind. See you then.
Wow. That sounds really interesting and gross. So I'm excited.
I know.
Yeah. Well, you know, us microbiologists are kind of gross people anyway.
Anyway, right?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to being EO'd out.
Oh, all right. I got it for you.
All right, guys. Well, listen, you've got the marching orders. Make sure all of your customers, all of your team knows about the pre-Black Friday sale. It will go on until Friday. So now it's a 2-day sale, right? And I'll make sure that they know everything about that they can get up to 10% off for those orders under $49.99. And 25% off on things over, okay? Up to $4.99. So guys, go out and have an kind of day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.